Welcome back to my Lemmings United level solving commentary, and today we are starting off with Genocide 11, Embracing Entropy. Um, yes, so for this level can definitely be quite difficult, but it's not like overly hard. And in the process of solving this, I managed to find some kind of bug here. I don't exactly remember what it was, but it involves like platforming, but for some very odd reason, it did not deduct from my skill panel. But anyway, with the second lemming up here, I bashed to the right. This allows only two lemmings to keep walking to the right. Second one will start building to the right, and then in the process clone. So we have a builder going to the left, and the first lemming that goes on over here will platform to the right. And then what did we pick up here? And then the crowd, in the meantime, goes off to the left and down here to the right, and picks up a stacker pickup. The basher will go on to where the platformer is. These builders will go on to pick up a miner and a swimmer pickup. First one to fall down here will collect a stoner pickup. And then we stone here, so to contain the crowd. And the other lemming, the basher, he'll land on top of the stoner and platform across. In the meantime, this clone builder platforms up this gap, while this builder going to the right here will mine to the right. And what do I do? Oh, and I gave this platformer a swimmer. And there's a reason for this miner, and that is he's going to mine down to the right here and stop at this hole right here. So it does seem a little pointless because of all these evil eyes traps here. But yes, this is to help avoid these traps and also to get the crowd up. Yeah, because the ceiling would be thin enough for the crowd to step up. Okay, and then this platform that just finished here, he's walking to the left and he'll platform up this gap. And then in the meantime, the swimmer which has gone across to this side, he'll platform to the right. And what do I do? I bashed here. Definitely a couple of red herrings here. And then, yeah, after he's done bashing, he platforms this gap up. And yeah, because for quite a while, I kept trying to get up there low here. But as it turns out, this area is too small for you to get up. And yeah, this wall that's pretty high up, yeah, that also will cause you to waste a lot of skills as well. So in the meantime, the swimmer has picked up the miner pickup. He's going to build to the right, and then after a bit, clone. So they will a builder going to the left to collect the stoner pickup. Okay, and the right builder will finish in time and be able to slip by before the left builder finishes sealing off the gap. Because we still need to mine over here so that the crowd can step up later on after platforming this gap. And then I picked up the... Oh yes, actually there was a miner picked up somewhere, I think. Oh no, it was this pickup right here. I think it was a stoner pickup. Yes, it was a stoner. Okay, and then mining down, as I said before. So as you see, yeah, this miner stops at this hole here, and then we build up here so that we can get up here. Oh yes, and then we use a stacker next to the stoner so that the crowd can step up. So there's that stoner stacker trick that we saw from the war rank. Okay, and then after getting up here, this is enough terrain for the basher to bash underneath the evil eyes trap. And then right up here, we stone here so that we can avoid the trigger area of the trap here. Alrighty, we're gonna platform up this gap. And then finally, all that's left to do is to bash through here in order to reach the exit. And that's it. So yes, as I said before, this level can definitely be difficult, but it's not like overly hard. It's definitely one of the harder ones, but it's not like super hard. Genocide 12, Stone Cold Crazy. This one wasn't too bad. Granted, it did take some time, but it didn't take anywhere near as long as the previous one. Alright, so the first thing I do here is I build to the left. Okay, he will hit his head and be the only one walking to the right, so that he builds up to get up here. Then he seals up this gap with a builder. Okay, and then a lemming in this crowd will start mining to the left, and he'll be using these two bridges to keep the miner going. In the meantime, I use one of the last lemmings to bash to the right here. He'll become a swimmer. Okay, and then in the meantime, I place a blocker on this bridge here to turn everyone back to the right, so that they can walk up here and get to here. And then in the meantime, I also sealed off the water gap with a builder. Okay, so as you can see, he used the two builder bridges to keep going, and in the process, he also released the blocker. Okay, the crowd over here will stay put in the meantime while these two lemmings do some work. Okay, so I start digging down here. Okay, these two will become swimmers, of course. Okay, the first one that turns back to the left will start building a bridge to the exit, and then the other one will start bashing to the right. Okay, he'll swim across, patch up this gap with a builder. Okay, and then, of course, build over this water gap. Okay, finally, all that's left to do is to dig the crowd out. Okay, and this right here, I would note, is a very precise digger assignment, which wasn't really necessary. Instead, if I placed this builder more carefully, then I would not have had to place this digger so precisely. But this digger was placed in such a way so that everybody falls out to the right, to the left. Yeah, no one will fall out to the right. Yeah, thanks to this hole here that he broke open through first, before the right side could open up. So, needless to say, I overcomplicated the solution due to how I placed the builder and the digger. But well, I have the bad tendency to do that. Anyway, Genocide 13, descend into Cerberon. Or is it Cerberon? Alright, this one was definitely one of the much easier levels for me in the rank. Okay, so after two lemmings go on by, I block with the dirt. Okay, this one becomes a swimmer. And then the one behind him will bridge across the water gap. Okay, in the meantime, this one also gets a swimmer. Okay, this one gets a climber. This one also gets a climber. He will keep building across the water gap. Okay, he will get a floater. This is splat height. Okay, he will plug up this gap with a builder. Okay, this number will stay put for the time being, while we prepare some bridges to make a miner going through bridges and also bouncing off a blocker. So here, I prepared the bridge to the right. Okay, two bridges to the right, I believe. Yes, 2 bridges to the right. And then I make the other bridge going to the left. And then should take 3 bridges, I believe. Yes, 3 bridges. Okay, and I place the blocker here. Okay, and now everything is set for this miner to go through the bridges and to bounce off the blocker. So he'll go through this bridge, bounce off the blocker, and then use these bridges to keep going all the way down here. This is definitely potential for a time skip here. And yes, I even placed the builder in such a way so that the swimmer can get down here. Yeah, because there are these gaps in the builder, I'm pretty sure. Okay, and then when the miner was low enough, then I start bombing so that he can blow a hole, so the crowd can get down here. And then I plug up this gap with a bridge, with the builder. And then finally, all there's left to do is to bash across to the exit. And that's it. And then I release the crowd and both blockers by bombing a lemming in the middle, facing to the right. Okay, and that's it. So yes, in this though, I pretty much solved the solution right away, like almost right away. So hence it was one of the easier lows for me up the rank, and it's a very nice one, may I add. Genocide 14, Vortex of Plants. This, on the other hand, this one was a major roadblock for me. This one took me a pretty long time, but that's because I kept trying a lot of messy stuff in this area right here. Okay, a lot of messy stuff that ended up failing, and then I was just about to give up and send Icho my best replay attempt, but I kept on hashing it out some more, and then eventually, after a lot of craziness and madness, I finally was able to pass. So my solution to this though is probably the most timing heavy, most pixel precise one ever. Okay, so I start platforming across to the right here after I let several lemmings go on by. They'll just simply be trapped down here safely. Okay, and then I build up, and then build up again, so that we can access this platform up here. Okay, and then first time it gets here, he'll platform to the right. Okay, and then at this time we need to start assigning floaters. As this, whoop, that's not what I wanted. I pressed the wrong key on my keyboard. Yeah, as this will start being spot height, and so we need to start assigning floaters. Alright, so this is where the crazy timing starts in my solution. So I start stacking to the right before the platformer falls off. Okay. So right here, yeah, I bash, so to make this little hole here. Yeah, and then I also cancel the quickly cancel the basher with a walker. And of course he gets a floater. Yeah, and this guy gets a floater. Yeah. So the whole idea is not only to make a hole in this ceiling up here, but also to make a hole in the stacker so that the crowd can step up from the left. Okay, and then with the second to last lemming, I plug up this gap with a platformer. So now everyone can step up here. And then I plug up this gap with a platformer. In the meantime, I send up a climber from this pit. I start mining to the right. And I also did something else too. Oh, and I started bashing to the right. This basher assignment is very precise. It's a very precise assignment. Yeah, it's bashed in such a way that he hits the steel, but at the same time, the crowd can also step up as well. So very precise, and then the miner, I cancel him with a walker mid-stroke. And then I use that hole in the miner tunnel to build up to the left. So that was pretty much 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 4 pixel precise assignments right there, along with this basher and walker and platformer. So that's 7. So I ended up using 7 very precise assignments here. Okay, and then here start building up to the left. Platform to the right. Yeah, and the climber should be coming up pretty soon. Yes, there he is. Okay, so he will climb out to the right here. Platform up this gap. And bash out these folds in the flag here, so that the crowd can go to the right. Okay, the climber will come back here and he'll bash to the left. Okay, he will mine. And then after he's deep enough, we'll cancel him with a walker. And then build up to the right, so that they can walk to the exit. And then finally, all there's left to do is to platform to this cloud right here. And as you may not remember, I explained that in some tile sets, the clouds are background, while in other tile sets, the clouds are solid terrain. In the Highland tile set here, yeah, the clouds are solid terrain. So, it's a pretty funny story because I remember in the process of solving this level, I happened to activate CPM, and I noticed that the clouds were a light shade of gray, which indicates that they are solid terrain. So, dark shade that you see here, this indicates that it's steel. Yeah, which means you cannot use destructive skills on them to destroy it. While the light shade of gray means that it's solid terrain, where you can use destructive skills to destroy it. So I will activate accidentally activating CPM and noticing that it was a light shade of gray. And I was like, whoa, it's actually solid terrain. I did not know that. So had I not realized that, yeah, I would have been stuck here for quite a while. Anyway, Genocide 15, the Ancient Cursor Icho tool. This one was a pretty easy one. Yeah, this one didn't take me very long at all. Alrighty, so the first lemming in this crowd I send up as a climber. This pre-placed lemming that was here, he builds, and then this climber that gets to this gap here, he'll platform across. The builder will hit his head and turn around, but he is built enough to get over this water gap. Okay, this pre-placed lemming will get a floater. He'll collect this builder pickup, and then when he gets to here, he'll bash on across, and then this climber from up here will join him. Okay, the climber will platform across this gap. The floater in the meantime will fall down here and bash across this long wall here. Okay, this climber will go on at the top and collect the digger pickup, and he'll also platform up this gap. Okay, and then he will build up to the left. The floater in the meantime will use the structure to get up and down the platformer bridge down here. Okay, and then this climber will bash through the one-way wall. Okay, and then he also starts mining the crowd out here as well. Okay, in the meantime, the other lemming that turned back to the right, he digs, and then we bash to cancel him. Yeah, I dig against the one-way wall, so that he turns back around to the left. And then we stone, just before he steps up again. So now, because the stoner is placed on ground that is lower than the terrain next to it, the lemmings will be able to use the stoner to step up and get into the exit. And that's it. Alright, next one. Genocide 16. Regicide. Okay, this one took me some time, but that's because I failed to realize an assignment here. Okay, so I let one lemming go on by, who will get a glider, and the second one behind him will block to hold back the crowd. Okay, he'll proceed to build up to bridge this gap and to get up here. In the meantime, I also start stacking here, and it's stacked with a lemming in such a way so that one lemming slips by. Well, actually not yet. The first lemming that gets on the top of the stack here will bash, creating a hole in the stack so that lemmings still coming from the left can step up and get into here. Okay. In the meantime, one lemming from the right slips on by. Now everyone else is contained here. Okay, this I would add as a very precise assignment. Okay, it pretty much has to be at this position right here. And it has to be that exact lemming. Okay, it can't be the one before him or after him. Actually, then again, it might be possible with the with another one. Yeah, just as long as you actually no, it has to be that one because yeah, the timing has to be just right with a lemming coming from the right. Okay, in order to make that hole in the stacker, and also having one lemming be able to slip by. So in the meantime, we build to the left here, and this glider that just finished his bridge turns back around, and he'll build this bridge to make a landing platform for the crowd above. Okay, we plug up this gap with a builder, of course. Okay, and then just before this dragon trap, just before the trigger area actually, we block, and then this builder that just finished, he'll mine down to the left, and in the process, he'll release the blocker, and then he'll also stop due to being higher than the ground here. Okay, and then from this crowd here, I send out a climber to the left. Okay, he's going to build up to the left. What do I do here? Oh yes, and then this lemming that did all the bridge work here, he'll get a climber. Oh no, I'm sorry, he came from the left side. Yeah, he did these bridges on the left here. So he's the glider. Yeah, who gets the climber. Okay, after he finishes this bridge up here, he blocks. Okay, and then we will use this blocker to build and turn to seal off this gap to get up here. Okay, he's a climber, so he'll proceed to pick up these bomber pickups. Okay, so now we can use the bombers to get rid of this blocker and this blocker. So this blocker is blowing up a hole so that it makes this fall survivable. Okay, this glider is able to glide down here while falling into the water. And then one last thing to do is to bash with the glider to release the blocker. And that's it. Okay, everyone can walk to the exit now. Yep, it's a pretty nice level. Genocide 17, Radiance. Okay, this one is certainly not a very difficult one, but I was stuck here just because I had trouble figuring out this part here, which interestingly took me longer than it needed to. But anyway, we start with this crowd over here first. Okay, the first time I'm walking to the left, I make him a climber. Okay, so we start building to the left here, and in the meantime, I bash this crowd out to the right. Okay, he will get a glider, so that he can land down here. He'll proceed to pick up these two blocker pickups. I also did something. Oh yes, and then with one of the last few lemmings that's over here, I dig. Okay, and then I did something else. Oh, I gave him a climber. Okay, and he also gets a glider. So this digger is placed in such a way so that after these climbers climb up and fall back down, they'll be able to glide across the digger tunnel. Okay, first glider will build to the right here. Okay, he'll take another detour. by circling around again. Okay, and at this time, I go ahead and start bashing. Okay, the other glider climber has also made his way up here. Okay, so I don't build to the exit yet. Okay. So I canceled this bastion with a blocker mid-stroke. Okay, not yet. So I guess I build it at the very end then. Okay, and then the other glider that just turned around from this blocker, he will proceed to mine out the crowd. And in the meantime, I also built a bridge to get this crowd up after the miner breaks through. They're going to use the mining tunnel to get up. Okay, at this time, I released the blocker with a walker. And then I block with him again at the end of this bridge. Turn the crowd back to the right. Okay, so this was pretty much the part I was missing. So pretty much everything else I got very easily. It was just this part for some very odd reason. It took me a while to see this. It's a little funny actually, considering that this trick is used quite a lot. Perhaps it was just something that was harder for me to spot this time. And then finally, this is where I start building to the exit. Okay, and then after everyone turns around on the blocker again and goes back to the right, then I release this blocker with a walker. Anytime now, there we go. And that's it. Now everyone can walk to the exit. So this glider would just circle back down here, come back up, and then glide across the digger tunnel again. Okay. Oh no, a very nice level there. Okay, Genocide 18, Speak Through the Flower. Okay, this one had a pretty bad back route when I first solved this one. And so this steel right here is a result of back route fixing. So with the second lemming, I start digging. This will only allow 2 lemmings to go on by. They'll prepare the route up ahead by making the platformers to allow a basher to keep on going. So it's going to be one long basher tunnel. Okay, these 2 lemmings, after they platform across, they'll get climbers. And right down here, after the digger pit gets deep, then we start bashing. Okay, we bomb on top of the carrot here, so to allow the other climber to get through. Okay, and then when the climber drops down here, he gets a walker to turn around, and then he starts platforming across. Okay, he gets another walker to turn around, and then he platforms again. Okay, this will serve as the ceiling check for the basher so that he keeps on going. So as you can see, the basher started here, went through this gap here because of the platformer that was up here, and because of this platformer up here, he keeps on going. So it's one very long basher tunnel. And then the other climber who just went up here, he starts mining down to the left. Okay, and then at this point, I interrupt the basher mid-stroke because the others will be using this basher tunnel to get up the miner tunnel up here. And then I stop the miner with a walker. And then finally, all that's left to do is to bridge to the exit, build to the exit, 2 times. And he'll finish before the others arrive. Because if they arrive too early, then they'll fall down here and get trapped. And they have no way to get back up. Oh, actually, no, they cannot. Alright, next one. Genocide 19, Arctic Oscillation. Okay, this one was a roadblock for me. This one I actually had to get a little hint from Icho. And even after I solved it, yeah, it still needed a back route fix. So here, yeah, we had 3 entrances. This lemming up here is a climber, This lemming down here is a disarmor, and this lemming down here, up here is a floater. Okay, I mine down to the right here. Okay, he bashes across, and will platform across. He's not going to disarm these traps here. Okay, and then mid-stroke, I cancel the miner with a walker, so that we create this little nook here that he can step up, or the floater will step up. Yeah, so that we can platform across. So that's the trick from, I think it's Cemetery Asymmetry, or is it the other way around? I don't remember what the level is called, but it's something like that. And then in the meantime, I mine down to the left here, and then I dig down here. Yeah, it creates this little nook here so that we can still platform and get up here later on. Okay, and this is where I did some more pixel-precise assignments. Totally unnecessary on my part. Okay, the disarmor would disarm this trap here. Okay, he'll bash on to the left. He'll disarm this trap. Yeah, and this is pretty much a one-screener. And then after he disarms the trap, fence up. And then, no, I just mined down to the left right away. Not sure what I'm waiting for here. Yeah, what am I waiting for? Oh, there we go. Now I start digging. Okay. Okay, and then after he breaks through the terrain, but before he falls, I platform across. Okay. And thanks to the way I dug, yeah, how I placed the digger, there's still a little hole here after he finishes breaking through the, after he digs away the terrain. Okay, now the climber can start walking out to the right here. Okay, so right now, I go ahead and bash across, and then I platform across so that we can catch the climber. Okay, and then at this time I dig down with the floater. The climber will go on the upper head here to get down here. And then he'll mine down to the left. Okay, we let the floater get through. And then I cancel the miner with a walker. And then I stack with the disarmor. He'll get interrupted due to the ceiling. But he'll still be able to step up into this miner tunnel. At this time, I stack with this floater up here, down here. Yeah, and then due to the platformer bricks, yeah, he gets interrupted. And he is still able to step up the stacker. Yeah, as a matter of fact, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And yes, it is due to how I stacked at a higher place, and the stacker is placed on the lower as a result. So it still allowed him to step up. And then I platform across to the left here. Also platform across to the left with the disarmor. Okay, and the climber steps aside just in time. Because there's a trap here, and we need the disarmor to get to it first. Okay, and after platforming across here, I fence up to the left. And then I also interrupt him mid-stroke with a walker. Okay, now the armor is trapped, now the climber would not. Now no one would die here. And then platform across to the right here. And then thanks to the nook that we created earlier, we can step up and platform to the left. Okay, and then platform to the right here. Oh, and I think one thing, I don't think it was mentioned in Icho's video either. This was a contest though, I believe. I don't exactly remember what the rule was though. But in any case, that doesn't really matter because I was not there for a lot of the contests. Yeah, as I joined at a much later time. Okay, platform across here. And then we mine. And the thing about miners and platformers is that generally when you mine at the very edge of a platformer bridge, yeah, it will leave a hole in the bridge. so that the lemmings can walk to the exit. And that's it. So really, the thing that prevented me from being able to solve the level was just due to a couple of skill assignments on the very far left side. Alrighty, and the last level for this video, Genocide 20. Links 2, links 2, links 2, 3, 4. And we have a timer of 4 minutes and 5 seconds here. And yes, there are 400 lemmings here, but we only need to say 235 of them. So here we are allowed up to 165 losses. So, in my opinion, it's a little sad. Oh yes, and this is not due to any backgrounds or anything, but rather, I think I just went ahead and see if I could like improve my result of as to how many I could save. But here I'm just gonna load the most recent one. Both replays work, but for convenience and consistency, I will just load my most recent one. Alrighty, so I stack with the first lemming, and then I only make one swimmer at this time. Okay, and then we're gonna build to the right so that the crowd, when they come up here, they'll be able to land down here safely. Okay, and then at this time, I go ahead and platform to the left so that we don't lose too many of these rope traps here. In the meantime, the swimmer will go on across and bridge across this gap. Yeah, build across the gap. I believe twice. Okay. And then at this time, I send 4 more swimmers. And then with the next one, with the first non-swimmer, I platform across. Okay, we collect this bomber pickup, and we'll blow up through this floor here. And oh, I must have a. Oh, I see. Yeah, another lemming hidden somewhere, because there needs to be 5 of them since there's 4 rope traps, and we need 1 lemming to get by in order to pick up this armor pickup. First lemming that gets here will bash through this wall here, platform up this gap, and then there's our last one right here. Okay, everyone else will turn around. Okay, he of course gets a disarmor to disarm these 4 rope traps. Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. The crowd's not going to be using this. They're going to be using this builder bridge here. That's going to the left to get down safely. Okay, first lemming that lands on this bridge here, he'll platform across to plug up this gap. This hole in the wall, so that everyone can turn back to the right. Okay, platform of this gap here. He'll proceed to disarm 3 more rope traps. Okay, build to this platform here. Okay, bash with the disarmor. And then we'll proceed to platform across so that everyone turns back to the left. This armor is a swimmer, so he proceeds to pick up the glider pickup, and he'll proceed to platform across to the left to catch some of the lemmings coming from up here. And then we make a lemming a glider so that he can land down here, and then finally platform up this gap. And that's it. Okay, now everyone can walk to the exit. Okay, at least the ones that are able to and that are coming in that direction. Okay, these 2 lemmings, we can't do anything about it, but that's perfectly fine since we'll save more than enough at that point. Okay, and as you can see, the time limit was set in such a way so that the last lemming that exits, it will always be 1 second remaining. Okay, and that's it. So we managed to save 7 more than the requirement. Okay, so that was 10 more levels of the Genocide rank. So the next time we will continue with 10 more. So I hope you enjoyed this video of the Lemmings United level solving commentary, and I'll see you all for the next one.